So if you're a commercial producer or a seed stock producer and you're interested in building up the genetic merit in your herd, or you're interested in just adding commercial value to your herd just through when are these calves being born within the calving season, reproductive management is just a tremendous tool to move the needle on both of those two goals. So in terms of why one might use timed artificial insemination as opposed to heat detection in AI, or as opposed to some of the other breeding strategies that we have, is frankly just simplicity. And I always try to make the point that, yes, you could heat detect and theoretically get these really maximum conception rates, but there's often a tremendous amount of labor associated with that. And timed AI has gotten to the point where it works exceptionally well for the amount of labor that's actually involved. I talk about snowball effects a lot, or ripple effects, or these multi-year effects. In the cow-calf business, we have a really long production cycle. It just takes a long time to get a female into the productive herd, to get a calf out of that female, and then to take it all the way through harvest, right? If you think about the years involved. And sometimes we don't see how 1 year leads to productivity in the next year, or leads to a lack of productivity in the next year. But reproductive management is this snowball effect, in that if I can get females to conceive earlier this breeding season, they calve earlier next calving season, but they also conceive earlier next breeding season, and they wean heavier calves and older calves. And so reproductive management is this really amazing opportunity that we have, not only to implement genetic technologies that can add genetic merit to the herd, but also implement management strategies that just add a systems type of benefit to the herd. Timed AI does have some disadvantages, and it's okay to be honest about those. And the disadvantage is we're not individualizing the time of insemination for every individual female based on when she came in heat, right? And so you might think, oh, I'm gonna expect a lower conception rate if I do that. And in practice, it doesn't always work out that way, because estrus detection in AI also requires you to accurately detect estrus, and it requires that you observe an estrus event in those animals. And often the way it plays out in the real world is we don't detect all the females in estrus, and so we don't have even the opportunity to service females if we do things based only on heat detection. Now with timed AI, the big advantage is, number one, every female gets the opportunity to conceive. If she's gone through a synchronization program, she gets an opportunity at an AI service, and we service more of the cows. And so even if you expect a slightly lower conception rate, often the pregnancy rate that you get is comparable, or in some cases even better. It's really a technology that is applicable really regardless of the size of your operation. That effect of shifting to have more calves born early in the calving season, that applies regardless of the scale of your operation. So it really is a technology that offers a lot of potential, really regardless of the size. Our program at the University of Missouri has been really interested in enhanced methods to control the estrous cycle, because it's a challenge to use technologies like sex-sorted semen. It's a challenge to use fixed-time AI effectively for every bull even, or for semen from every bull. And methods that can allow us to have a very tight synchrony of estrus expression, and to get as many of the cows, even though they do receive timed AI, to actually express behavioral estrus before that timed AI. That's really powerful. It's really powerful for fertility and what you can do for fertility in a timed AI context. And so that's one thing that we have been really interested in for several years. The 7 and 7 sync program that we've been working on at the University of Missouri is something that we're really excited about, because it's this opportunity to get really high rates of estrus response, of heat expression before the time of timed AI. And we know that's associated with good fertility, not only with conventional semen, but with sex-sorted semen. And so seeing that as an opportunity to not only achieve these really high pregnancy rates with a single fixed-time AI event, very simple, but to also do that with sex-sorted semen, and just think of the applications that we have for that technology in the beef industry. So it's something we're really excited about. When are calves being born? How much uniformity do I have in the calf crop? What's my breed back like on those females in the next breeding season? So synchronization is just a great way to move the needle on all of those. And so some of the resources that we have through MEA Extension, like our Guide to Estrus Synchronization products, or our Mizzou Repro Facebook page or YouTube channel, I think those are good resources that just can make you feel comfortable that I can do this. I can watch this video, for example, and feel really confident that I can put in a seeder in just a couple minutes worth of time spent watching something like that. So I hope those are good resources for you as producers that are interested in taking that first step.